with some of my students in the gym, which I'm basically just going to go over kind of what's going on in my head, what I feel they could have done better, how they could have probably done something more efficient in these roles, and just work on my analytical skills when it comes to jiu-jitsu. If you're a student watching this, I'm going to try my best with the limited tools I have. I need to figure out how I can like draw on here. But when I figure that out, I'll be able to like circle things and stuff like that. But this is Rebekah. She's a blue belt under us, first degree. I think 6 months in at white belt, she was competing. So she's very passionate, works very, very hard. And I think with this role, if I'm not mistaken, I was working a lot with trying to test her balance. That's what we've been working on. But let's start this role and get to it. So right here, where Rebekah is just grabbing my collar, there's no real force when you pull. If you're watching Rebekah, when you pull, there's no force here. So you're not really forcing me to step. You're not really changing my direction. You're just hanging on me, which is fine if we were in later rounds of like a competition. Hang on me a little bit because I'm already tired and then shoot. But when we just start a round over here, you got to be forceful. You got to shuck. You got to pull down, right? And I don't think you did that. Yeah, and then you kind of gave up on it. So right here, all I'm trying to do is test your balance. I'm trying to grab, turn you, and I'm trying to see if I can get in between your legs here, which I think I'm about to do. Right there, boom, testing your balance. Now, right here, when I'm going to do the side trip there, what ends up happening is we get into like a semi-dogfight position. Now, this leg right here, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one I trip or I spin. I forget, let's see. Yeah, okay. So this leg right here that I'm tripping, I'm pulling you, but what you should have done is this little foot right here should step back, this leg should step over, and that'll retain your balance. But what ended up happening is I think you're putting a lot of your weight on this foot, which could have been from me pulling you, but just be cognizant of this. But you're putting a lot of weight on this foot, that thus it's gonna keep it posted to the ground. And once it's posted to the ground, you have no free movement, so your body weight's all forced on one side. And when it's all forced on one side, you're gonna lose balance like so. So now when I got on top, really I'm just waiting to see what you're trying to do. I'm gonna keep a lot of pressure. See if you do some movement. And that's what I was sitting here waiting to see. I'm holding that elbow because I'm actually trying to pull it up because I want to start working on taking the back from the other side, which you're doing a good job of like keeping the elbow firm down. But right here, all you're doing is rocking back and forth. You're not really making any type of movement. You're not creating any distance. You're just rocking, right? So in these type of scenarios, what you should be doing is if you have your hand there, you should be trying to move, even if I follow, right? Even if I follow with my hand here, you're still making me move. You're still creating some sort of space, right? And like I've said before, in jiu-jitsu, at least to me, it's about when to get space and when you want to, you know, when to take space away and when you want to get space, right? Get away. And right now you want to get away. So yeah. Now, one of the things I'm doing here is I'm blocking your hip, right? So I'm blocking your hip because I'm either going to spread you out, try to go to mount, or I'm blocking your hip. What you should be doing, right? Because I'm trying to spread you out, go to mount, or I'm just trying to follow your hips. What you should be doing is you should take this hand right here, and you should put it right here in my elbow, because that's going to stop me from blocking your hip, and it's going to be able to get you space. Cool, again, and I'm just working on that elbow. So what ended up happening here, I think you just tapped because of like maybe pressure. I think you might have had an injured arm. There wasn't really a submission there. But what I was trying to do here is I wasn't really trying to submit you so much. I was trying to get you to turn. I wanted you to turn because of the pain. So I was twisting the elbow. Now I got the submission, you know, is what it is. Sometimes that happens. You go for things trying to get them to create, trying to get a student or somebody you're rolling with to create movement, and they just end up tapping, which is fine. Especially if you're injured, you should always tap. You don't want to get more injured. But yeah, so I was grabbing this elbow because I was trying to get you to turn to your back. So I was going to try to go to S mount. So let's skip here, take a little breather. And boom. Okay, so here we're going to start again. And I know in my head, okay, we worked on the balance from top. Now I want to work with you passing and me trying to get my legs under yours. So boom, I tried to do the cheeky trip here, which again, testing your balance, right? And you actually did very, very good here with that. Usually I do catch you on that, and today was not the day. I probably do it too much, but as I sat there to hook out your legs, you were able to keep your balance, stay. Now right here, when you're trying to pass, you at no point or you have too much distance, right? So you need to be cognizantly, is that a word? I don't know, whatever. You need to be really mentally focused on trying to gain control of a leg here, right? Of a leg sleeve or a collar, and you need to be attacking forward, not attacking backwards, right? So if you start moving backwards, you're giving me all the space and time to counteract you coming in. And now that's what I'm doing. I'm playing around, but really trying to just see what I can get. There's a balance check again. So again, the thing we're learning now, right, is balance, right? So when I'm messing around, I think I go to Imanari and then here. Okay, so I have this leg, right? Now I don't know if you're tired or you're confused by the movement, but once I start to get here, you turned into me a little too late, and then also you could just kick your leg out here. I don't really have a good grip. Once we get to the Imanari, I think I have like a back palm grip on your thing, like boom, right here, see? So you could either kick your leg out, now obviously kick your leg out, I come in, right? So it's just a bad position, right? You should have just kind of moved away while I was Imanaring, just back out at that point. But here's what I want to talk about, boom, right there. So yes, I'll get the takedown there, and that's normal. Like once I have both legs, especially on the ankles, balance is kind of hard to retain. But you should be, instead of falling to your hip and framing, this whole time, you should have been push my head away. Because anytime on a takedown, especially with us wrestlers, if you can disconnect my head from your body, it's going to take away a lot of my driving forward power and pressure, okay? So now I'm getting into a modified S mount. And now I'm just feeling you out. Like now I'm trying to do my little lapel stuff. I'm just trying to be cheeky in this moment. And so here we go, look at this. This, I can only assume when I'm on top of you, putting this over your face, it causes a little bit of anxiety. Or it's annoying, right? It's super annoying. And that's why I do it. I'm not really trying to choke you out. I'm just trying to create a little bit of anxiety. I want to create anxiety because I want you to post with this hand right here, right? I want you to get kind of freaked out and be like, get off me, right? I want to incite those reactions. So when you do that, then I'd be looking for like an arm bar or something. Right. So rolling you over again. Now again, this lapel that I keep grabbing and putting over, as you can see, I'm never really cinching it down. I really just put it over your face to give you something else to think about, right? If I can be so solely focused on a submission or what I'm trying to do, but I can split your focus into trying to get out but also worried about a lapel, better for me. Again, I'm just working on pressure. Now here comes the armbar. I'm waiting to see how you're going to react to it. So back here, once I was threatening the armbar, you, I think, were already ready to tap from it, right? I don't have anything cinched. I'm not doing anything. I think you're automatically going into your head like, okay, I lost. Let's restart. But that shouldn't be the mentality. Any blue belt, when you guys roll, The mentality should be fight until it's good, you know, like, because there's been a lot of times where people thought they had a submission on me. I just keep fighting until I know it's good, and probably 70% of those submissions in my life, I got out because I didn't quit. But that doesn't say go until you get hurt, obviously. So I'm just messing, sitting around, seeing where you're gonna move. Now this whole time I'm just trying to keep pressure. I want to keep pressure on you. Oh, I think we were talking about you start bleeding, you popped a pimple or something. Let's move through. I asked you if you're good. You said yes. Blood, sweat, and tears on the mat. So again, now all I'm doing is getting into S mount, but I'm just being kind of like a blanket. I'm just laying on you, trying to get you flustered, right? Oh, let's go back here. That was good. Trying to get you flustered. I'm in S mount. And here, boom, good roll, good bump, right? So that's good. Like, it might not feel good to you because you carried my weight the whole way, and I'm going to cross face you and get around. But what you did do is you were able to get out of a very dominant position, which is S mount, and then you're back on your back. Unfortunately, a knee on belly, and then now we're back in the mount. But that's still the right movement. Now I take the lapel and bow and arrow you. But all in all, in that whole little sequence, right, it's actually very good. Like, you went from I was in a dominant position, and you bumped me and rolled through to a less dominant position. Whether or not I got back to the dominant position, who cares? That's still progress, right? In jiu-jitsu, we look for progress, not perfection. And I did an amazing back roll there. I learned that when I was 6 years old in gymnastics, and I've been using it ever since. So now I see that we got like a minute 30 left. I'm gonna start picking up the pace a little bit, and I'm gonna start working on arm drags, and taking your back here. Now from here, again, Rebekah, if you're watching, or any blue belts are watching in this type of situation with the arm drag, right? Once I get here, I want to capture your hip. What you should be doing is stepping over this leg over here. What's going to happen is I'm not going to get your back. You take this knee, step over my foot, start circling around. Then that becomes the dog fight, right? I'm trying to take your back, you're trying to circle around, and then I'll probably put you in half guard. And half guard's a way easier position to escape, I would feel, than me taking your back. So if you could be in a less shitty position, let's fight to get to the less shitty position. Don't just accept me taking your back. So now I get the back, I'm trying to isolate your arm, and then there's the armbar. So what happened here for the armbar? Okay, so let's go back here, because this is key why I got it. Right. Okay, so as I fall, I'm underhooking your arm here, right? Okay, in wrestling, anytime we get like half Nelson or whatever, or what the hell did we call it back? Chicken winged. You always want to clamp that arm down, right? You can clamp that arm down as you come by. Now you're going to control my wrist for a little bit and still be able to move. But I'm not going to get under your armpit and get the setup to start the armbar, okay? So anytime you feel me coming under there and I have your back and we're about to roll, just clamp your elbow down. That would have helped out a lot. Okay, again, working to get to the back, and again, like, come back here just to show you it's there. Once I start pushing this back knee, you could do one of two things, right? This far knee here could have shot through, right? Even if I'm laced, even if my other leg on the other side is laced in yours, you can still kind of like knee slice from this position. And you need to be circling the opposite way. You need to be circling. I'm trying to circle behind your back. You need to be circling to in front of me, and keep me in front of you, right? If you can keep me in front of you, so I go to close guard, but close guard's a lot better for you than me taking your back. And I like what you're doing. You kind of had the right idea, but you kind of ditched it, right? Pushing this down, and you should be fighting to get belly to belly with me in this type of position. Have one hand down. Focus on the back foot's great, but if you can get that spin in there and that elbow and start turning, it's better again to be in my close guard than me taking your back. So here obviously I'm just messing with the collars, trying to incite movement. A lot of the things I'm doing with you, Rebekah, is just inciting movement with you. Yeah, I'm just trying to get you to move and then get you to make a mistake so I can bow and arrow, right? So I like this. This is the first time out of, we have 16 seconds left, right? Out of 5 minutes, I'm almost positive if we go back to every other encounter, you've let me be the first to act. Whether you compete, whether you're in the gym, you're at your gym, you're at our gym, if you're watching this, don't let me be the first to act. First of all, I'm a purple belt. I've been doing it, I think, 6 years or so, right? And I've wrestled for a long time, right? I might know a lot more than you. So you give me first to act, I'm just ahead of the game, right? So, but if you can be first to act, then you force me to react, right? And then I'm kind of like, even if I know more, I'm still kind of behind the curve on that point, right? So this was good. It sucks that it was at 16 seconds left. I would have liked to see more first to act throughout the roll. Yeah, again, and look at this. The difference between when I'm on bottom and you're on bottom. You rock a lot, right? You're rocking back and forth. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop that elbow down and then get space and then get my knees in, right? And then start coming over, right? Now I'm obviously the bell's gonna go, right? But I'm creating space and movement, right? And honestly, that last couple seconds of our roll, that was really good because you'll see I'm trying. It's not like, it's definitely not that I'm just like joking around here. Like, you have really good solid pressure there. I'm trying to get my knee in. I'm trying to get space. I'm trying to step over. And at that point, what I would have done if I were you, and now I'm inverted, I would have just took my knees and made me kiss my own butt and just like folded me over, walked around. Right? Keep that pressure, okay? Because now I wanna coil out. I wanna like release the pressure of my legs above my head, right? So that's what I do. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Maybe put the hand in between, grab my collar, walk around. But I think that'll be it. Yeah, the same thing. Pressure, 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 right there. Yeah. Keep my knees to my face, right? Yeah. So Rebekah, if you're watching this, I hope that helps. The insights help. For you, and yeah, so I look forward to doing more of these. I have a couple more I'm gonna probably try to upload today and link them out. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to put them in my YouTube. Thank you. Have a good day, guys.